Hey guys, Fuzzy here. Now the Bundy thing is pretty much over with out there. Um, Justice prevailed, barely, out there, but there's still things to be done. Now Clive Bundy is home now, and the kids and things are kind of looking up a little bit, but there's still something that needs to be done. And the main thing is, justice hasn't been completely served yet. The people that caused all the grief and the sorrow and the confusion and the chaos out there are still walking around scot-free. That would be Hillary Clinton, Harry Reid, Dan Love, and the Bureau of Land Management Bureau Chief out there should be in jail now, awaiting trial, or if nothing else, crimes against humanity. They broke the law. Now when that thing was going out there with Bundy's, I was looking around trying to find out why in the world was I trying to use this thing about all, the land out there, we're trying to protect the desert tortoise. After I got looking around in the BLM files and stuff, I found things like solar energy out there, things like that. And I go, well, maybe it's because of the solar. Got to looking a little bit deeper, and if you looked around in Bunkerville, there's all kind of minerals out there. One of them happens to be uranium. Then pieces of the puzzle started coming together. Hillary was making a big trade where she could sell uranium to Russia. Now, there's got to be some justice in this world, or there's no justice at all. There's no such thing as these people who think that they are back in the day with Elliot Ness, the Untouchables. And the idea that all they're going to get is a little slap on the hand. It don't fly. It doesn't fly. Now, if you remember back, first we had Ruby Ridge thing. Nobody was really held accountable. People died. We had the Waco thing, crimes against humanity. People died. Nobody held accountable. And it just goes on and on and on. Then you had the Bundy thing. You had LaVoy Finnegan killed, probably by some kind of contractor, because they wouldn't let the guy's name out. He was probably on hire, like a contract killer. But this stuff has to end. There's no justice. If people cannot be held accountable, that's crap. Now, if you remember back during World War II, after the war, they gathered up those high-ranking Nazis. Crimes against humanity. And they were taken out and they were hung to set an example. And speaking of examples, it's like the Waco thing. That was to teach people a lesson. You mess with us, bingo, you're dead. Well, the same holds true here. Something needs to be done. People have to be held accountable. You just can't go around killing people on a whim. They've gotten so far away from the Constitution, and they just think they can keep doing this and doing this and doing this. And then all their other buddies come to the rescue and bail them out, like Chuck Schumer coming to the Democratic President Clinton's side and to get him out of the problems that Clinton himself created out there at Waco. All those people died. All they had to do was wait them out. No. 51 days, that's long enough. Burn them out. Yep. Anyway, let's look at here. Now this says we need to eliminate the tyranny of case law. It So most Americans assume that rulings and decisions handed down in cases that come before American courts are based on and consistent with the rule of law. But regrettably, it is not. Now, if you look here, this is Sir William Blackstone and the Long War Against Law. Well, they changed things, you know. The rule of law was the Constitution. It's the supreme law of the land, period. Well, they started changing it after the Civil War. And what they were able to do is change the focus from God, who gave us immutable principles, to the judge, the man who was writing the law. By studying case laws over time, they were able to show an evolution of law. And this fellow here, this judge, he says, in my constitutional law class at Vanderbilt University, one of the better law schools in the country, we never read the Constitution. We only read what judges said about it. This should not be a surprise. There's no absolute truth in a universal sense, so why should there be any consideration given by judges to the original intent of the architects of the Constitutional? It should be no surprise to us then, this judicial activism becomes common among judges who become a law unto theirself. See, they're not going by the Constitution anymore. They're going by what judges say about it. Whether the judges is flawed or not, they're studying this. And like it says here, the judges become a law unto theirself. It's not what the Constitution says anymore. Case law needs to go. Like I said about the Nuremberg laws, you know, it was crimes against humanity. Just like here, you know, it says with the case law thing, it says court rulings are not based on real law anymore. Rather, they are based on an imagination system, which is commonly called case law or case law method. The phony case law method of understanding what law is and where law comes from is taught in virtually every school in America today. Something needs to be done. We've got to get back to the Constitution. We've got to straighten up our country so that killings like Waco and Ruby Ridge and Lavoy Finnegan and stuff like that, it doesn't happen again. Because it will if these people are not punished for their wrongdoing. Hillary and them, they using their influence out there to lean on people. They might have leaned on the bureau chief. They certainly leaned on Harry Reid, and Harry Reid messed up and drew too much attention out there, and somebody beat the living hell out of him. There's stuff about him getting hurt while he was exercising. That don't fly. That don't fly. No, people, something needs to get done, and they need to do it now, not a month from now. Get with the program. Get things straightened up. You want justice, you want people to act like there's some kind of law that holds us together. We'll get back to the Constitution, where everybody's treated equally. Not these people who think that, well, we're from the government and we don't have to go by your rulings. Crap, people. Crap. Thanks for watching.